Hey guys, what's up? It's Airsoft Gaming, and today I'm going to be doing a project overview of the newest series for the channel, which is the Polarstar Matrix MG42. So I'm very excited to be doing this project. The opportunity kind of came upon me. I ended up getting the MG42 without the safety selector, charging handle, or bipod. It's kind of a beat up condition. It was when I got it, at least. And I'll go into that in a little bit. But bottom line is, I got the MG42 with the Polarstar jack installed for $450 shipped from halfway across the country. So in reality, with PayPal fees and shipping costs, probably actually got it for somewhere around $410. Now the actual AEG itself retails for $600 on evike.com, which means with a coupon code, since it is a non-MAP item, which means you can get it for $480, but that means that you have to pay for shipping. UPS ground shipping, at least to Florida, since it's all the way across the US, goes somewhere around $45, so it actually ends up being about $520 shipped for just the MG42 itself, stock as an AEG. The project total has so far come to $660, and I'm going to cover what all of that includes. But so this video series will kind of be a step-by-step. Some parts I won't show, other parts I will, of the build and customization and completion to this, because there is so much more than just dropping an HPA engine into a body. Especially with the case of such a unique gun like the MG42, there's so much to cover and so much to go over. So I'll be going over the base gun and everything else in the next video. Since this is a project overview, I want to give you guys the grand scope of the project, where we're headed and where we're at now. So it's the middle through this week. I'll probably upload this the same day I'm recording it. I have 2 weekends to test this out. So I'll be going out in 3 days to test this as it is with a few other things installed. I'll put a video out on my first impressions for the rough draft kind of trial run of this. Based on the performance on the field and any problems, they'll be revised. And the weekend after that, I'll be doing the final review of the project when this will be completed. So this is going to be a 2-week video series. Depending on when I actually upload them, it might be a little bit longer. And of course, I still have the DMR series that's ongoing. But the goal for this MG42 is to get it at the realistic RPM, and for it to be able to come in right under the limit for light machine guns, 1.87 joules. Limit's 1.88 with 0.30 gram BBs. And the range, accuracy, I don't have a set goal. Range at least 200 feet, which is very plausible for what I have planned for this guy. So, well, again, I'm going to talk about the body and internal and everything, but upgrade parts. So internally, of course, we have the gun itself, which runs $480. Well, include the shipping cost, $520 shipped. Then we have the Polarstar jack that's inside, a custom MG42 nozzle by Polarstar for the Matrix MG42. No, the Masada nozzle will not work. It works with the SMP mostly because the retraction depth of the SMP is shorter than the jack. The jack is longer, which means that I have the actual dimensions of the Polarstar nozzle if you need them, but I believe it's something like the nozzle tip is 1.117 versus the Masada. The difference comes out to 0.035 of an inch. So does it really matter? Well, with the chrono testing on this, because it has the incorrect nozzle installed, because the MG42 hasn't came here yet, it's running the Masada nozzle that had been installed by its previous owner, I'm getting FPS variances of about 20 FPS. So does it matter? Yes. Yes, it does matter. You're going to see a boost in shot-to-shot consistency, as well as just overall efficiency of the system, because there is a gap between the actual bucking lips and the nozzle itself, where it's just right there. So Of course, we have the custom nozzle. Wiring is a whole story on this bad boy. So it didn't come with an FCU, so I bought one that we can take out right here and take a look at. Pretty handy dandy system. Of course, we have our 7.4 volt JST battery there. So what it all comes down to is the FCU. And this one I bought off Hop Up for $45 that I'll have to be returning. I spoke with the guy who sold me this, who's very understanding. This one is a I believe the jack came out in 2014. It's a pre-2000, we'll say whatever year that is, 2014 we'll call it. Pre-2014, which means that the jack hasn't came out yet, which means this doesn't have a setting to switch from the Fusion Engine settings to the jack and F1 settings. The setting is FEF1. So this doesn't have that, which means it's only programmed to use for the Fusion Engine. And there's no Fusion Engine for the MG42. Bingo did a conversion, but I believe that was actually a Shoei. It was way back in the day. No need for it now with these drop-in cylinder systems. So I actually have a mini FCU and an MCU from Amped Airsoft on the way. By the way, if you're looking to buy any of these components, go to Amped Airsoft. They have the best customer service. Very, very competitive, if not the best prices as well. And they have sales that you're not going to find anywhere else on MAP items like Polarstar and Wolverine. They have their own line of products. They're the gods of HPA. So anyways, if you're buying anything HPA, buy it from Amped Airsoft. Highly recommend them. So we're getting the new FCU in. That's coming in tomorrow. And we also have the MCU. So if I remove this one screw here, and you'd be able to see inside, for the MG42, you're going to have to use the TCU. Or no, it's sorry, not TCU. It's a universal plug board that Polarstar makes that basically has input output. So the trigger contacts is one input that goes into that board, and then you have the solenoid that goes into the output of that board, and then on the FCU itself, which is going to be attached here, you're going to attach if your FCU, if you're buying it new, you'll have a revision 3. Do you have a revision 2, go to BG Airsoft. I highly recommend them, great customer service. And buy a TCU. I'm not sponsored by anyone, by the way. These are just solely personal experiences and recommendations. And the TCU is actually originally made by Bingo Airsoft, and they'll hook you up. So what that does is it takes the GUIO or GPIO port on the FCU. This guy right here runs it to a MOSFET that activates when you pull the trigger. Essentially, this gives off plus 5 volts when that happens. Activates the MOSFET circuit, and you're able to run your FCU and the box mag on different batteries, or you're able to run them both on the same battery, which is good if you want to run this on a 7.4. You need a higher feed rate, so you put in a 11.1 in the box mag. Really cool stuff. Anyway, so for the MOSFET that I'm getting, because it's a revision 3, they have that already installed on the board itself. So I'm able to get a MCU, motor control unit. The TCU is basically the same thing for revision 2 and revision 1 Polarstar FCUs. So the MCU on the revision 3s just plugs right into the board and goes directly to the box mag. And with the revision 3s, you're able to use 7.4 or 11.1 batteries on the FCU. Crazy stuff. So you're able to adjust your feed rate there depending if you want a 7.4 battery, an 11.1, or anything in between. I believe the FCU can actually handle up to 12 volts. So you'll need the plug board, the FCU, the MCU cable, the jack unit, which of course comes with an FCU. I'll be installing a mini FCU on this because it is a machine gun, and the only thing I need to adjust is the dwell and rate of fire. And yeah, internally, I also have a R-hopped, and this is the R-hop patch and bucking is coming. I have the barrel installed. R-hopped ZCI 5.09 by 6.02 millimeter inner barrel stainless steel. So that's installed. So R-hopping a machine gun that's Polarstar using heavyweight ammunition, you're going to have a good time. This is definitely able to spray out accurately to 200 feet. Probably 200 to 225. and that's going to be kind of lobbing the BBs at 225. That's what I expect to get out of this. Yeah, it definitely won't be any more. Certainly won't be any less either. Always great results with R-Hop and heavyweight ammunition. So, yeah, and the last thing is going to be right here. Well, I guess it's not the last thing. We've got a few other things. Kind of a big project. Initially, when I bought the gun, I thought, okay, $450 for a Polarstar MG42, done. Well, it was a piece of shit. Nothing was right, but we're going to get into that in the next video. This is just covering everything that we've bought for the project and how we're going about that. So this right here is a real steel MG3/MG30, sorry, MG42 bipod. Not compatible with the 34, I don't think. But it does fit the Matrix version. It's a little bit loose. It's a quick disconnect bipod, which means that this just pops right off, which is really handy if you want to vehicle mount it or whatever the case is. But yeah, so this is real steel. The cheap whatever this material is the same thing as the bipod of the stock one. Do yourself a favor and buy yourself an actual bipod for a real steel firearm, because there's two problems with machine guns in Airsoft. Always, always, always on every single gun. I don't care what model it is. Problem one, the bipod. It's always going to break. They're cheap. I've never had one stand up to the test. They've always broken. Except maybe the M240 by Echo 1. I think I had one and the bipod did not break on that, but don't hold me to that. It very well could have broken. And step two, the box magazine. Box magazines are always shit in Airsoft. You're always going to have problems with them. Either they're going to be feeding too much, too slow, the feeding mech is going to be broken, it'll jam easy, it'll just fry out completely. Everything A and K, the selector switch on the bottom, just completely combusts, so you're not able to use it then. It happened to me in 2 box mags on the last operation I went to. I had 2 box mags and both of them failed. So we'll get into the customization of that, and the last part of this project, pretty sure it's the last part, is these guys, which I'm not sure if they're the same size, which is micro N20 motors. They look really small, but yeah, these are supposed to be direct replacement or upgraded versions for the box mag. So we'll see. This is going to be running at 25 rounds per second to get the real steel cyclical rate there on the rate of fire, and it sounds absolutely terrifying. So that's it for the project overview. That's and I'll probably put up a list or something, or the products or whatever, and the cost evaluation. The whole project new comes out to be about $1,200 to $1,300. So I've got about 50 to 55% off that. Shop sappy. So anyway, so that's the project overview. I'm going to be getting more depth into the body, the story behind this MG42, modifications to the body to strengthen it because there's a lot of weak parts, and basically how to turn this from a piece of shit into a solid body that you're able to beat around and put some rounds down range, and this thing won't break on you. So that's going to be the next video. Future videos, we'll do field updates, everything else. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be making more directly after this, so stay tuned for those. They'll be coming shortly. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the series of the MG42 just as much as I do, and I'll see you in the next one.